My name is Eden Heath, and this is my presentation highlighting my personal progression on my placement as digital marketing intern at Obstacle Films. These are the contents of my presentation. My primary responsibility over the last few weeks was assisting with the digital marketing of Obstacle Films' new, free, one-day masterclass initiative for young people aged 18 to 25 that may not have the same access or opportunities as others to establish their creative career by learning about producing from professionals. This included Future Lab marketing research, assisting with Future Lab strategizing, TikTok content writing, and content scheduling and location scouting. This also involved creating a marketing list of emails and other relevant information to promote the course. My secondary responsibility was to present a well-researched template that outlined how this initiative could become a subscription-based online course. I therefore researched competing pages and analysed their design, content, pricing, advertising, and potential features such as offline downloading. When discussions arose surrounding targeting relevant consumers, I recognised the importance of personally identifying with those who you are advertising to, as it positively accelerates the reception of your content. Referring to theory from my Analysing Media Text module, Blumler and Katz suggest in their Uses and Gratifications theory that one of the primary reasons active audiences consume media is that they personally identify with a product or a person presented to them. I came to this conclusion within my own research on the Future Lab project, as I investigated and analysed TikToks and Reels that market short courses for young people, determining the factors for their successful or lacking performance. This was so we could accumulate all the winning factors to market Future Lab. The short-form videos that had the most engagement across platforms were narrated by or were centered around creators in the target age group for the courses advertised. This demonstrated to me that Blumler and Katz's theory is vital in understanding audience behaviour to appropriately target age demographics and was incredibly helpful when considering what our target audience wants from Future Lab content. However, it is vital to mention that I discovered that the Uses and Gratifications theory in practice is morally nuanced, and targeting as many consumers as possible is not always the primary priority. In discussions of how to digitally market Future Lab in short-form video, we considered mentioning filmmakers and actors that are often criticised in the media to generate conversation and engagement on the post. This exemplifies the personal relationships suggested by Blumler and Katz that are constructed and maintained in utilising shared media consumption to exchange views, even potentially negative views. However, we decided against this provocative incitement as it did not align with the values of Obstacle or the emerging branding that we were establishing. Obstacle wanted Future Lab to be informative and help further the careers of young people, not succumbing to meaningless content for views. Therefore, although understanding audience behaviour, as highlighted in the Uses and Gratifications theory, is vital to curating a marketing campaign, it must be understood through the lens of brand identity. In my first meeting at Obstacle Films, the founder Oliver Naz asked me what I hoped to do after university. I shared that I was undecided between producing and digital marketing, as both align closely with my skills and personality. Oliver and Erin reassured me that these two paths are not mutually exclusive, which was something I hadn't considered before. During my placement, I worked as a digital marketing intern, yet my responsibilities extended beyond typical marketing tasks. I found myself involved in scripting, scheduling, and even casting, but not for traditional film projects, but for social media content. Their merging of production and digital strategy opened my eyes to a hybrid role I had never encountered before, and they advised that I research the role of a digital producer. At their suggestion, I began researching the position and learned that a digital producer oversees the full life cycle of digital projects, from planning and budgeting to team coordination and final release. They combine creative insight with project management, working with both client and content teams. This insight was transformative, helping me to understand my interest in storytelling, strategy, and coordination can come together in a single role. The experience broadened my career perspective and introduced me to opportunities I hadn't previously known existed. The transferable skills I acquired that can further my career outside of my placement at Obstacle Films largely varied across my different tasks. I will delve into a few of these skills and how I acquired them. During my incredibly useful morning meeting with Obstacle's social media consultant Maria, I was advised to always look into successful competitors' social media pages in the analysis of their triumphs and downfalls. Maria suggested that other popular content should be used as a template for the creation of our own, as remixing, as she dubbed this process, is what the algorithm is comprised of. Through my taking of initiative and trial and error regarding how to compile this, I successfully contributed to their research in competitors' websites and social media. However, in retrospect, my skills in presentation of research need to be improved in my next internship and future employment. Presenting my ideas for our Future Lab campaign felt rather daunting at first. We first assembled in the meeting room to discuss my research that included statistics on consumption habits, to discuss what was relevant for Obstacles Initiative. I immediately struggled to not feel disheartened when they were not entirely receptive to some of my creative ideas. However, throughout the first meeting, we began to build on each other's ideas, resulting in an interesting and exciting plan for content creation. My communication and collaborative skills have improved tenfold, understanding that my ideas can always be expanded on, and to not feel discouraged when my vision does not align with what they are looking for. My placement at Obstacle Films clarified my future direction by showing me how digital marketing and producing can intersect. Through tasks like TikTok scripting, content design, marketing research, scheduling, and strategizing, I gained confidence in my ability to think creatively while working strategically. This has enlightened a clear career path in digital producing. One of the most valuable aspects was Obstacle's open door policy. They encouraged open conversations post the completion of my placement about my goals, and this supportive culture helped me reflect honestly on my strengths and where I still need to grow, especially in technical confidence and collaboration. I've remained in contact with their social media consultant, who has offered an informal mentorship, and that ongoing connection gives me insight beyond the placement itself. Since completing the experience, I've been introduced to the marketing team at Mulberry through Oliver at Obstacle, and I'm also beginning to explore opportunities with Lemon Tank, a creative insights agency. These new connections are part of my ongoing strategy to explore hybrid creative roles that blend creativity and technical ability. After university, I plan to pursue roles in digital marketing within fashion and beauty, with the long-term goal of moving into digital producing within a high-end fashion brand. This placement gave me an opportunity to learn from the amazing team at Obstacle Films in the development of my skills and self-conduction in a workplace, all of which are positively influencing the next steps in my career path.